Can I get YouTube to connect? I don't even know if I can. Shit. Oh no, there it goes. It says it's connected, but I don't think YouTube's getting a signal. What the hell? Oh, wait, no, there it is. All right, now I see it. That was weird. All right, Vermin, I'll see you in a bit, man. No worry, I'll be here, don't worry. Where was I? Yeah, sorry about that. That was really weird. The fact that it used so much of my GPU out of nowhere and was locked on it, like just straight up glitched. But yeah, so I needed to take Taxi to a specific veterinarian to get US approved shots, because the US doesn't approve certain brands. Like if it's not Pfizer, to use like a generic brand, for example, they don't recognize them as having taken that shot. And if we're going to be traveling with him in December, I have to have the right things allocated to him, the right shots. So we had to get Americanized, if you will, shots and paperwork for travel in December. So that's a part of the process. And then I need to get a whole bunch of other paperwork filed, and it's just like, oh my God. Flying with him internationally is such a hassle, but once it's done, and it's like, so that took a while because we had to go into the city of Sao Paulo. And luckily, yeah, home gaming, like, thank God it wasn't a problem. More so, it was more like just an inconvenience because he's already had his shots and they're approved companies and shots here in Brazil, but the States doesn't recognize them. So it's like, mother, stupid. So had to go all the way out there, go meet the guy. At least they were very nice, very, very nice. But sucks. But I digress. Luckily, he's relatively healthy. You know, he's in great shape. Taxi. Everything's looking good for him. Thank goodness. Just we got to be careful with his legs. Obviously, he's a dachshund, so you got to be careful with his legs. We're going to be adding some things to his diet just to help some of the mobility for him, so that way he stays flexible, if you will. The U.S. government not accepting Brazil's brands of shots is what sucks. So he's gotten basically twice the amount of shots now. So whatever. It's just annoying because we have to pay for all of the stuff again, and the American ones are also much more expensive. So whatever, it is what it is. So that took up most of my day yesterday. Then by the time we got back from the city, had lunch, did the phone calls I needed to for adding him to the flight reservation, and doing that through a phone tree is always fun. So once that was all finally said and done, I finally said, okay, I can work now? Yes. Okay, cool. So I started working at 4. So the fact that in the span of about 7 hours versus a normal, what we'll call a 12-hour day, what Mondays typically are for me, to get as much done as I got done yesterday, I'm very happy. But I'm in a good place mentally as a content creator, while also in a panic because I need to redo my entire business system to move everything to my LLC. You know, I get the bank account allocated properly so that way everything gets paid from my business to me, and it's a whole bunch of like behind the scenes, like unnecessary business crap. But I have to set it up properly for 2026. I have all the parts and pieces, but I haven't done it all, and that's not good. So I just want to cover all bases for the future. So looking forward to it. But for now, we go here. Right. For now, we can dive back into Gene Dust. Because we started having fun with this deck. And then just kind of like, we got shiny objected.
What are the odds?
Gene dust seems like something you'd have to visit the doctor for. Yeah, sounds about right. On the corner. Oh, good. It's you. There goes your brood. Fluctuative, you forgot it was Tuesday? What you mean? It's the day after Wednesday. Am I gonna try with Morgan? Try Air Lefay, the combo. Maybe. I mean, we're almost done. Like, I didn't get to play much since the last stream, as you can well see. I don't want to lose out on resources either. I didn't even see if there's anything fun here. Ooh. There are some fun things. There's some fun shiny objects. Nah. Just get our credits and move on. Yeah, no, I don't want to do too much gallivanting into the world of fun stuff until I finish these last 5 ranks, to be honest. Too bad Bastion is a 4-drop. He'd be fun in bounce otherwise. I actually don't think so. I don't think he'd be fun in bounce. I'm proud of the decks I made for him today. I think they make the most sense. They're probably the 4 best homes. So I'm very okay. Mark, listen, Mark over on the YouTube side of the world, you don't have to spend more than $20 a month to stay meta relevant at all. You don't. Your activity is what defines your relevance. You know, we just had a tournament where a guy played a Khonshu deck, discard, and won. The most budget vanilla discard deck. Yep. 100%. But being proficient in it is what signified success. Wait. Ba-bum-ba. For so long. So we're looking at a Lady Deathstrike here to go bing bang boom. Oh, they went Killmonger for the demon death.
Great power comes.
Never gonna make you cry, never wanna say goodbye, tell a lie, hurt you. Give you up. Give you up. Give you up.
Victory.
Jean Grey for the win. I know, the Uncle Ben audio never gets old in the sense of like, oh dear God, every time. You just like sigh. Yeah, I played like nothing this weekend. Between the Golden Gauntlet and then just wanting to not do a damn thing. Yeah, definitely did not play Marvel Snap this weekend. So it's nice to play again. Hello, Raphael.
Always lucky.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that over on the YouTube side. Glad you're enjoying it all. Yeah, it was kind of busy. It was kind of busy, White Wayne Brady. Kind of. Not fully, just kind of. We're actually going to interfere with their shit. Hey, I just noticed my tracker's not properly trucking. Let's reboot the tracker. You should stop making it look so easy to produce tournaments so people can appreciate it more. Yeah, you know what will do that? Having somebody else produce a tournament. It's the only thing that'll do that. Every card you play clogs your hand. You currently have 6 cards in your hand. Whoa. Big breeze, please do not blow. down to a green screen or close the door, which it does.
I see the way.
Yeah, not going to worry about it.
Escape.
Just didn't have the points there. Mark, I have a feeling you're going to appreciate the video then next week. Because I dive into that specifically. I will say this too. I am proud of the name of the video because I thought it made total fucking sense.
What are the odds?
Start here. Hey, taxi, what's up? Taxi, what are you doing? Taxi, say hi. Say hello. Say hi to the world. Say hi, world. I still don't feel good. I'm very needy. I got shots yesterday, and not like the fun Lil Jon kind. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to... I shouldn't have played the Mobius yet. I needed to wait.
Behold my mighty hand.
Let's just see if we have the ability to beat it. You okay? Are you okay? You okay there, Taxi?
Escaped.
They didn't pull it either, so retreat later worked. I didn't play for 3 fucking days and I'm still in second? God. It's like I'm a streamer or something. Oh. Come on. Let's say the 9th? Ugh. I needed to be the 14th. Combat Wombat. You. It's a who's moot. Guess new variant in Taxi is the sidekick I got in my snap. Making a Taxi Cosmo variant next. Yes! Makes total sense. Do it. You know you do it. Oh, good. Just what I've always wanted. Valgrax. Uh-huh. Does this sound familiar? Does this song sound familiar to you, Valgrax? Mel Brasileiros? Você sabe esse con... Now think about it. Americans, where do you know this song from? Because the Americans know this song too. They just might not realize that they know the song. Holy shit, Lori came through. Because she's right, y'all. J-Lo. Às vezes eu esqueci que você fala português. It catches me by surprise. That's one of the best parts. One of the best parts is watching Brazilians get confused. Like, what the hell? Que esse gringo é falando agora? Puta merda. It's always... Oh, no! Sad day. We lose. GG's. Gameplay. Oh, thank you. Why didn't anybody tell me? Wait, hang on. I gotta... There we go. Não sabia que você falava português? É, sim, porque eu vivo em Brasil. Devagarzinho aprender para o último ano, 5 anos vivendo aqui. Minha mulher é brasileira. Meus filhos são brasileiros também. Nasceu aqui, mas also vive nos Estados Unidos. É. Meu português não é perfeito. Está em São Paulo? Sim. É. Fora da cidade. Não... como se fala? Como é que é? Country. Não. É, não ao dentro do, metade do coração da cidade, mas os bairros afora. What is your favorite Brazilian word? Because I really love literally and obviously. My favorite Brazilian word, Brazilian Portuguese word. Safo deles. He'll say picanha? No. No, not picanha. É óbvio falar picanha.
I see the way.
Man, you really got me thinking. I don't know. It might be forró because it's exclusively a word that came to be because they didn't understand what the Americans were saying in World War II. Because the style, for those who don't know, there's a style of music that you probably have heard, like lambada is very much that type of song. The one we were just listening to is that type of song where the whole piece of naming that song came from the Brazilians thinking that American troops were chanting the words "for all." So they'd say what they thought was being said, which was forró. Forró, like forró, because it's pronounced similarly. So just because it's such a common term in Brazil and it all came out of a misunderstanding is hysterical to me. So it might be forró. Although I am a fan of safado and chateado. Like those are good too, but they're just fun to say. Because you have to say it as, you can't say safado. You just can't say safado. It has to be safado. You have to be mad, be like, rude motherfucker, safado, chato. You know, like it's just, your shoulders come up when you say it. Like, that might be why. No, but it doesn't translate to naughty in the sense of like, dirty boy, naughty, safado. No, it doesn't translate like that. It translates more like when you would scold a child for being a naughty child. It's like that. I'm trying to think any really fun word, like even if they're just like what we'll call crazy words, they're always fun. They can also always be fun too. Oh, Valgrax. The Otohoi. I used to be able to say this word because I used to practice it because it's such a pain in the fucking ass. Otohoino. Otohino laryngologista. otorhinolaryngologista. It's the basically the ear, nose, and throat doctor. That's the important word you need to know out of that, okay? Let's go. Thank you, Watch. The Watch throwing a 1-year celebratory birthday cake. Saying hello.
Are ye worthy?
Damn. Dammy damn damn. We got nothing. Safado's like rascal. Yeah, I think that's a good kind of equivalent. But rascal's more of a noun. Safado is more of a adjective. You wouldn't call them like a rascal little boy. You'd call the little boy a rascal. Versus safado, which is, you can say that that dog is acting that way. Right? Yeah, exactly. There's a billion ways you could truly use it. I don't know. Oh, you know, it's a silly word, but it's just fun to say also. Berinjela. It's that je in the middle. Berinjela. Right? It's a fun word. It means eggplant, but berinjela.
Always lucky.
It's like if Russian decided to talk a little bit of Portuguese. Hey, look at this in this berinjela, you know? Bastion is not going to work like that. Kicks, I hate to tell you. Hate to tell you that. Sorry, man. It doesn't do what you're thinking it's gonna do. Yeah. Yeah, straight up. Yeah. So Bastion is a 4/3, right? When you play it down, you play Bastion down. Whatever other cards that you have in that lane get copies in your hand that are 2 cost and 3 power. You're thinking of it more like Esme Cuckoo, which is not the way to go about it. Yeah, you can have that lane. That's overcommitment right there. Way too much commitment. We're going to do the good part of the good or garbage series in a minute. So we'll talk about Bastion. I should have played the Stardust now.
Opponent snapped.
This goes up 3, 6, 9, 12. It goes up 24. goes up 24. That's 32. This is 31. Fuck. We got close. Damn. Yeah, let's talk. I'll just to help give some Bastion clarity. Let's talk about him real quick, okay? Let me go to. Here, let's go to this scene. Put it on the other window. Hey, there we are. All right. So Bastion is here. It's one of the more exciting cards of the season. A lot of people have been very hyped to see Bastion release in Marvel Snap, and now we have to determine if he is good or garbage. So if you've never been here before, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe, but more importantly, know what's about to happen, because we're going to take Bastion and figure out what pools of cards he's going to synergize with best. I've taken your feedback, and we're going to open the video talking specifically about the card first. So let's swing on over there. Bastion is a 4/3 on reveal. Add copies of your other cards here to your hand. Set their costs to 2 and their power to 3. So he's sentinelizing, I guess is the word, sentinelizing the cards that already exist there. So the point of his value is to take cards, ideally, that are of same cost or same power and be able to benefit from them. So for example, taking a 3/3 and getting a copy of it back now as a 2/3, that's a good thing. Or taking a, let's say a 1/0 even can be a 2/3 and typically have a very high upside also. So finding a lot of those cards that want a further mechanic is a part of the challenge with deck building with Bastion, because there are going to be some obvious synergies right off the bat, which is kind of how we'll open it. But as we move into some of the less obvious synergies, that's where you need to decide if Bastion is worth your collector's tokens. So I'm going to open up with what everybody is really most excited for playing with Bastion, which is Cerebro 3. So I've taken the Cerebro 3 deck that did great with Omega Sentinel from the Good or Garbage on their video, and I modified it specifically to Bastion, but there are a couple of things I need to shout out here. Okay, first and foremost is Makari. Makari with Bastion is absolutely fantastic because it's a free drop. ×2. You play Bastion into the lane where Makari lands. It's going to put a copy of Makari in your hand, and then it'll play itself again. So you got 2 free cards out of Makari due to Bastion being in the deck. So that's synergy number 1 to think about. Synergy number 2 is the value of what Bastion brings to the meta the moment it goes live, which is exactly what its effect is going to do. Create copies in your hand. Now, the last deck that I created featured Cobra and Gorgon. You know how nice it is to make your opponent's copies cost more, yet alone have it cost 2 more? Or close down 2 lanes from allowing your opponent to play those copies down because of the fear of Cobra destroying them. You're moving all of those cards exactly where you want them to be. So go ahead, do your Victoria Hand, Hood, Demon, Misery synergies. One of those demons is probably gonna end up needing to be in a Cobra lane if you've got two of them on the board. So I really like that. And I did decide to go with a Quinjet in this line with the Sentinel because now we have two targets specifically for Quinjet to benefit from. The Sentinel's coming back into the hand as 1/3, really helping to round out that curve, get as many bodies on the board as possible, but then also Bastion's copied card being a 2/3 is now a 1/3. I think that's really strong for Quinjet. So take it one step further and think about the idea of Cerebro being played down. This is what most people are thinking about first and foremost with the card. Cerebro down on 3 and or Mystique down on 4. Either way, you follow it up with Bastion to get a 2/3 copy of that Cerebro effect to then play on the final turn of the game as well. This is a very strong style of Cerebro 3. It is a little selfish though, so you do need to be careful about how and where you play your Cosmo, how and when you decide to use Omega Sentinel, which kind of shifts into a secondary backup plan role with this deck. And then of course you have your location control with Scarlet Witch. Luke Cage is helping with the locations as well, and Cosmo is just Cosmo. So I think that this is a great version of C3 for this week that allows you a little tech against other Bastion decks, whether they're Cerebro decks or not. I think this is a pretty solid overall build. You've got 1/3s and you can't complain with repeating 1/3s in your hand either. So I think it's going to be pretty strong. Next up is the next most obvious synergy for Bastion a lot of people are talking about, but I want to remind people that this is not going to have Hood and Misery. This is a slightly different version of a Victoria hand deck. There are two specific things that I'm going to see a lot this week. A lot of Cerebro and a lot of Victoria hand, which means you're probably also going to see a lot of ongoing counter. So having the flexibility of that ongoing counter into different lanes or different game plans is incredibly important. So I'm not going all in with the Victoria Hand Moonstone line because one Enchantress drops and your entire deck is ruined. I decided to go down the Ancient One miniature ongoing package line because it's more flexible, and in more situations you can move your cards around as you need to. For example, if you have either Bastion or Prodigy taking on Ant-Man, you're either putting a 2/3 Ant-Man, which is going to grow to a 2/7 in a full lane. You can't complain with a 2/7. That also gets a Victoria hand buff. You can apply that +4 via the Ancient One's Tal Mandala effect to all of the other cards in that lane. And I opted, after building the first level of the deck, I'm like, I could keep America Chavez, I could cut it, but with the 3 1-cost cards, I have a 75% chance every single game to open up with a 1-cost card. Followed by, with the way that I have the deck built, of Goliath, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, Mirage, and Victoria Hand, with 4 2-costs and then 3 3-costs, plus that Kate Bishop to help fill in some of those extra spaces. This is very much a very strong Wiccan style deck that doesn't need to necessarily have Quicksilver and Domino. This is a version of what Wiccan used to be a couple of weeks ago. Now we see the Quicksilver Domino versions everywhere, but I think this is a great opportunity to look back at it because Bastion is your ideal turn 4. If not, you then have Wiccan as a backup play for turn 4. Or if you have both in hand, you go Wiccan first into Bastion on 5. I mean, there's some crazy things that can happen in scale from this. Imagine putting a Goliath ability with Ant-Man, Quinjet, Victoria Hand, Speed, and maybe even the arrow with the +3. Help me here. You'll put it in the chat, whatever. That one. Getting another +3. All of those. Pim? Yeah. Those are great ongoings to just put into other cards. Cards that very often, Chavez, it's done. It's done its thing. Mirage is done. It's done its thing. Kate Bishop, it's done. It's done its thing. You see where I'm getting at, right? So there's a lot of synergy in this type of build. And I think it's going to be a good time. I think it's really going to be a good time. I'm excited to play this version because you don't want a 2/3 demon, which is really a very strong Victoria Hand style, But if we can outdo what those demons do, I think we have more value in this style. So we'll see what happens. Then those are the two types of decks that most people are talking about when looking into Bastion. So I need to create two more. Thought about it. Thought about, okay, how does Bastion work for me in benefit on turn 4? And that revolves around 3-cost cards. So another scenario of what you're trying to do with Bastion is you play said 3-cost card. You then play Bastion on turn 4, which then brings that 3-cost card to a 2-cost with 3 power in your hand. It feeds perfectly into Silver Surfer. Like perfectly, because then you're getting a 3-cost card to play with another 3-cost card on turn 5. It's like what Sarah wants to do, but technically with more power. And I think that's where Bastion holds some strength also. So I built a variation on a popular Surfer deck, and then also teched in Rogue, who's going to be very good this week because of the decks I just showed. Everyone's going to be running Cerebro 3. Everybody's going to be running Victoria Hand. This is your time to play Echo, Rogue, and Enchantress if you wish to be that person. And I honestly think you should, which is why the last deck didn't run Moonstone. See how I'm like thinking of the meta inside the meta at the meta all at the same. I'm trying. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's the whole point of the series. So playing into those lines, you have your Silver Surfer and Gwenpool line. I also like the idea of worst case scenario also getting a 2/3 Silver Surfer first steps. Oh, sorry, back into your hand and then just loading a bunch of them all in one lane and just like skyrocket. That could be really fun. Also, the Brood is a very fun one too, because you're getting two cost 3 power Broods. Okay. Brood in there. Throw the Bastion down as well in the same lane. Now you've got 3 Broods at 2/3 that you can drop down. But more importantly, you have the original Brood at 2/3 to put down as you need. So you're filling a lot of the curve organically of what this deck wants to do. So you can go down its normal game plan of play, Captain Carter or Silver Surfer first steps into Gwenpool into make things happen. But now with Bastion, you're actually trying to set yourself up to want Bastion on turn 4 almost every time over Gwenpool. So you have 2 options at any given point for your turn 4 line, but you should know before the end of turn 2 which line you're setting up for. That's the Surfer build I'm going to try. And then lastly, I went down the path of discard with this one. I think that discard may have a very unique home for Bastion because for the same reasons that we want to have a lot of them. Well, think about it. We've got more Blades coming back to the hand as a targeting 2/3. A Morbius as an ongoing feels good. You've got the Collector that if you don't get the line early, that's okay. You can play the Bastion on the Collector, ramp up a piece of the Collector, and then drop a 2/3 Collector with Gambit or Bullseye on 5. You're reinforcing what Bastion's wanting to do already by getting extra points on the board. If there was something that we noticed from the Golden Gauntlet was some unique play of getting Swarm down on turn 2 if there was no other option, then playing a Frigga, for example, to bring it back into the hand just because it was points. And that's the whole idea of what Bastion is doing in this deck, because Bastion's copying more cards than what Frigga would want to do. Frigga's only going to do the last card. Bastion has a delay mechanic. So you could play Morbius on turn 2, play Dokken in a different lane on turn 3, and then Bastion, you have a choice of who you want on the final play. Of like, okay, do I want to get a 2/3 Dokken also in my hand that will grow to be a 2/12, and then the other Dokken will grow to be a 2/16? Or do I want to Morbiusi? I don't know. 2 of those guys with the red eyes. And do you want to put those in different lanes because you're going to do some MODOK Bullseye shenanigans? Bastion's working very similarly with the idea that you have delayed return to hand because most of the cards here, you gladly will take back into your hand a second time at 2/3. So that's the idea behind the discard side of this as well. So with that all said, is Bastion going to be good or garbage? Let's find out. Transition. Ah! Okay. Remember, I did the scream thing, and then we'll transition later. Okay. So, we'll find out. That's the idea. Those are the ideas for Bastion that I have that I'm going to test out. When transition, gain +1. Yes.
Oh, hi, Taxi. What's up, Taxi?
What are you whining? What do you want? What's up? Did you go? Are you trying to get my attention because you did something? Taxi? Did you go? Did you go potty? You did? Wait, did you? Did you? Don't hit your head, dog. Taxi. Did you go potty? I think he did. Hang on a second. Let's find out. All right, hold on. Maybe not collectively, but hold on. Hang on. Just a minute. Here, chair. You do your thing. thing? What'd you do? How'd you break it? What'd you do? Baby shark. That's what did. Got it. Anywho. Moogle killed the music. Blame him and Firehair. Yep. Actually, I know what I should do. Because I don't understand, better yet, is the better word for it. Is there a button? Yes. Awesome. There it goes. Okay. I like this. This makes a lot more sense. Because if I do... Where's the core buttons there? For buttons, triggers, system, press keyboard. Yep. Where's the play button? Medium. Play. Hey, Destructive. Do me a favor. Type in !, play music. Try that. Do it again. Try again. Do ! play music one more time. Oh, interesting. Okay. I see what it's doing. The play pause. Oh, that's so weird. It like, because I have two different players happening. I have my background music for YouTube and I have the background music for Twitch, and they're different tracks. So it's like it prefers the YouTube track over the Spotify track for Twitch. That's so bizarre. I've learned something today. Got it. Yeah. Hey, I'm Nectar. I'm Nectar. Brother mine. Hello. How you doing? How you feeling? Well, yeah, it's supposed to, the play button's that like play/pause button. So that's what I wanted to see. You're doing so damn good. Why are you doing so damn good? What is so damn good with your life? And if it's too good to say in text, please do not like say here and then just like, you know, call me. Because it's Bastion Day. This is true. It's because it's Bastion Day. I mean, she's potentially just happy because she's walking. I promise you I didn't intentionally put that on, by the way. It's just the playlist.
What are the odds?
Time's up.
Am I really going to lose this by one? Shit. hi, Taxi. Did you enjoy your treat?
Escape.
Is that yummy? Good. Want to come back up? Ah. Good morning, Brazil. What's up, Sai? Hang on. We'll get you in here. Hold on. Come on, Taxi. All right, hold on. Wait for the jump. Hang on, Taxi. All right, ready? Come.
Whee! Hi! There's the boy.
Hi, Doguinho. Meu Doguinho. You go, boy. Thank you for the kisses. He's a good boy.
Wow.
William, tudo bem? Bem-vindo. Bom dia. Que hora é? É, dia.
Make it tough. Bye bye, baby.
Always lucky.
I know Cerebro's on the bottom, but I'm more so worried about Lockjaw because that can screw it all up anyway. But given the location, I'll stay. Not what I was hoping for. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to end up playing possibly the copycat next turn. Nah, I'll hold it. So they're gonna want to win. Ooh, look at you. If your mother only knew. Goodbye. Was Sparky easy for the ranked climb? I did enjoy Sparky move, yes. It's more complicated, but it's really, really fun. Jean Grey is a really fun card for control. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely got a lot of potential. Platy God. Hey, City of Stars. What's up, man?
Right on time.
I mean, that works. Can someone redeem Epic Sax Party? I want to show my friend who's with me. It's in timeout, right? Yeah, it is. All right, hold on. Hello, friend who's with my sister. hang on. Let me, Oh, Tyler. Hey, dude. How you doing, man? What's going on, Skittles? Always and forever. So I had to add a timeout because I have 4 different versions of the parties. Hold on, relax. I have 4 different versions of the parties. And because of that, once one started, people just started like auto triggering them. And then we do like 4 in a row every time. It's on cooldown. You caught it in the middle of the cooldown. Because it's going to release now. The Thing!
Everybody get your fucking hands up.
From Tyler! I put the saxophone in the coffee! We have a problem! Ah! I'm not even kidding. The saxophone is in the coffee. I'm debating what to do.
I'm about to juice this up.
Coffee reads. Shiny object. 8, 9, 17. 17 and 19 is 36. It's 12 in each lane. So that'd be 7 and 9 on this deck. There's no... they only got copies of 3s and 4s, so Mirage ain't too happy. Even with a Quinjet reduction. Let's try it. Good morning, JBs. JBs. What's here? Okay. Shoot. We're short by 1.
Such is my judgment.
Damn. The best part of waking up is sax in your cup. Din, 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 din. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd get sued. All right, bye, sis. Bye, Tyler. I still think Twin Peaks sucks. Oh, man. I know how to poke the bear.
Hello.
Oh, thank you, Sokovia. Thank you. Really, I appreciate that. You give me all of the happiness and glory that I've been looking for throughout my lonely days. I've been rocking my paid actor mug since Friday. Fuck yeah, man. I'm thinking about taking the chance myself as well on buying it and trying to see how it ships to Brazil. It's risky because either it's very likely it'll either A, be broken, or B, it very well could also be tariff taxed. So I'm gonna have to pay extra for it once it arrives, and then I'll get the letter, and then I gotta approve it, and and it's just a pain in the fucking ass. Squirrel! Do we win the right here? I say we do. Pixie, growing up, were you more of a Backstreet Boys or NSYNC fan? And if you like both, when did you make the transition from one to the other? So, as a household... middle! As a household, we enjoyed both boy bands. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. We enjoyed both boy bands. But we were much more an NSYNC family. Much more an NSYNC family, which is why I know the dances. Why are we celebrating the top deck Mobius? Oh, because we have Prio. Yeah, we're okay.
You won't need this anymore.
You just noticed the redeem prices went up? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got too many followers now that have too many damn tokens. We gotta fix that. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Victory.
Give me those 8! Hey, Velocicopter, what's up, man? I thought we were already infinite. No, we were at 95 when we started the day. Could you guys hear the sound alert? Because I didn't. Y'all did? Okay.
Always lucky.
I mean, copycat here could be pretty good. I mean, I hear the little bell. That's fine. Because I am the top of my life. Sorry.
It's the truth, and I owe it all to you. All the time of my life. This way before. Yes, I swear. It's the truth. Before I blow me, you're blue.
Blah, 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 blah. Tiny Chef, is that you?
Blah. Blah, yes, no. Blah, blah, blah.
That's an accent voice I want to get down. Because I love Tiny Chef. He's fucking fantastic. King Arcs. What's going on? Check and answer anyone. Wait, what? What's the question? Hang on. I need to know something for the health of the meta in a couple of weeks. Can I take up some of your time? With Gorgon existing in the game, I'm wondering if Jocasta Black Widow is going to be a problem going forward. So the idea of putting 2 Widow's Bites into the hand? The reason I don't think so is the time. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Let me be clear here on that. It will be a pain in the ass to a certain degree, but I think it's going to be the same toxicity as Storm Legion War Machine shenanigans, where, look, if they do it and they get the cards in the right order and you lose, you just retreat and move the fuck on. It's going to be annoying as hell. People are going to be doing it. You play Mobius and you hope for the best. Brooke, thank you so much for the kind words. I really appreciate that. That's the whole hope. Send me your minions. Give me thine cards. Well, Zeta, that's what they said was Gorgon. No. I'll take all the big cards of the final turn. Thank you. What about... Okay, so if I'm them, if I don't snap, they don't want to play anything, which means, because this moves at the end of the turn, trying to see if there's a way around this, because I really thought they were going to clog up. Yeah, I know Moss Sunspot. I'm trying to think about the Hydra move. I think the Hydra move is the way to go.
Oh, snap.
And then we do 1, 2.
Opponent snapped.
And then retreat.
Escaped.
You know what? I'm going to play a deck, an awful deck. Because I saw a relatively newer creator, comparatively. Smaller creator, Ant Stay Calm, for those who do not know. Make sure we give him a shout out. Ant Stay Calm. Really, really nice, polite gentleman. Really good at the game. I like his conversation style. I was lurking in his stream today. And he was playing this version of a mill deck. And the whole point of the mill deck is to say, fuck you to Wiccan. and I liked it. So why not? And I like the way that the top end is built of this with Ares Black Bolt stature, because Ares is a guaranteed 412 on the final turn of the game. That's quite cool. All right. You couldn't have taken my Red Guardian? Sure.
Mama, 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 mama. Give it up, baby, give it up.
What kind of person has Quicksilver in their deck and doesn't play it on turn 1? Oh yeah, that's right. We had Super Flow. That's why. Forgot about that. I'm like one cost off. Damn. Harry was playing this earlier? Nice. It actually makes sense if Harry was playing this earlier because he was complimenting the strength of Baron Zemo right now. You know, the next Baron Zemo meta is imminent. You know what? Actually, Ralph, you've given me an idea. I know it'll work for Twitch chat, unfortunately, more than YouTube chat, but hang on one second. I'm going to add a chat command because we do get asked this quite a lot. Because then at least I can get somebody in one of the chats to help out, to let me know what the right answer is. So I'm adding a command right now. For OTAs and patch schedule. And then whenever we get that like little mini calendar released, at least we have a chat command that shows that without having to look it up every time, because I can't tell you how many times I've done it, and I'm not doing this out of like a spite thing. It's actually just like a legitimately decent idea. So now you can type in !patch schedule or !OTA schedule. And boom, then it should give you the actual schedule here in Twitch chat. And then I can also have that information. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Oh, no, you did. Sorry. Yeah. 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 So yeah, so the next OTA is on Thursday, FYI. Oh, you know what? You know what we should do? We should do the wants and needs today. Because sometimes I don't do them only because I've already seen them or I've heard something about them and I don't want to lie. I don't want to act. I haven't seen anything. So before we get something as a creator group, we should do that today. OTAs, wants and needs, and pushes and patches. We're gonna do that right after this game. Hey, stream elements. We gotta turn that shit off, man. Okay, you've had your time. No, Ralph, that's what I was saying. Like because the commands only work in the Twitch chat. But I have to figure out a fast way to make all of my Twitch message commands also work in YouTube. Remind me later. Oh, I gotta sign out of Marvel Snap. You can fight it. Mystique, Esme, Cuckoo. I wonder what you are.
Na 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 na.
Goodbye, Zola.
Cleared for takeoff.
Chat commands. Custom. Uncheck HelloFresh. Because you've done your time. Boom, 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 boom. In your arms. And tomorrow should be the Golden Gauntlet BTS article. Oh, is that when he's publishing it? Nice. Cool. Yes, for those who do not know, Sko, one of the writers for Snap.fan, was on the administrative team for the past Golden Gauntlet. And we gave him the A-OK to be like, look, bro, you can do some fun stuff with this. So go for it. Have fun. Oh, Cable has no purpose. But we can discard, so that's nice. So he's going to talk about the Golden Gauntlet from behind the scenes, which should be interesting, and hopefully he says good things. Nice. Sugar and spice. He had a 06 Galactus from the raft. I love it. Oh, wow. And if they played that in the right order, Sage and then Magic, they actually would have won the lane. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Are you kidding me? You suck. Yo, old man Junior. What's up, man? How you doing, man? No one, welcome on in. All right, so before we go any further, let's do some OTA, wants, needs, that kind of stuff, because I don't want to miss the opportunity this week to do this. Okay. Hey, models. What's up, man? You recovered yet? I know you're working, but... All right. All right. Okay. Taxi. Here you go. Let me open this in the background. What? Oh. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think Vihan absolutely gets brought down to a 2-2. I think it's just been a matter of time. I don't think we need to break the deck yet, but I think it's justified for Vihan to be a 2-2. Victoria hand to 2-2. Play a Loki deck? You play a Loki deck. Does Jeff get a buff? No. Victoria hand 3-2? No. Nah. They start with Victoria hand to 2-2. Rescue 5-7 with the same ability. Hot take. Moonstone to a 4-4? Nah, too much. Nah. No way. Too hot. Too hot there, fanboy Clay. Too hot of a take. Okay. I think they go real quickly in fixing Awesome Andy. I think absolutely Awesome Andy ends up getting some love here. And he goes down the path of Toxie Doxie, who was the same thing, 2-1 that gave the +2s with the weird effect. It's an activate. I think that we see the same thing for Awesome Andy. We see Awesome Andy go from a 2-1 to a 2-3. Total of 2-7 widespread power for the exact same reason that you have Mr. Fantastic. Maybe only a 2-2, but Awesome Andy gets some love. Absolutely gets some love, especially as an activate, because you need the time to play it. Hey, Echo. Yeah, 100%, Bubba. They don't leave a card unnerfed for sales. If the balance of the meta is off, the balance of the meta is off. Argument to make him a 1-1. See, I like that. I like him as a 1-1 because then his total output's 1-5. It's like Aranya, where you can easily disable it. But I think if you do it, do they touch Vivision? Honestly, no. No. I think if they do, they wait till September 25th. If they were to adjust her, it would be September 25th. Misery down to 4.8. Yeah, I think she's just overpowered at 4.9. I agree with you. They brought her to the forefront, and she's one that needs to be brought back down. It's easy to talk nerfs. I mean, there's just no reason for Misery to be a 4.9, given what she activates. I think that's fair. I agree, Fluctuative. I agree. Many people recognized it, and now it's going to be an issue. Taskmaster need to go back to 5.0? No. That'll be too broken. Hey, Jesse. What's up? Everyone knocking on the door. So what they do often like to do, and I got to open the other window here. What they do often like to do is pre-buff cards to activate other cards and their future synergies, right? So if we're looking to the future and we're looking at something like Jocasta, right? Eventually. Or in the October season, we get all the zombie stuff with the hordes and that kind of stuff, right? I think it's more towards the later half of this season that I'd be looking, but like looking into the world of Warlock and Jocasta. Typically, they like to look for cards that will either help these or could be potential problems for these. So with that said, Warlock, for every unspent energy, give a card in your hand, -1 cost. Immediately activate your other cards here without using up their activate abilities. That is correct, Zeta. Do we know yet if Warlock can hit the same card more than once? We do not know that yet, no. Immediately activate your other cards here without using up their activate abilities. Okay, so if that's the case, going back to here. Hmm. Warlock about to cause the biggest nerf to She-Hulk. I don't know about that. Let me think. If you float 5 energy, 5 cards in your hand can get reduced? Yes. from the activate side of the world. The only activate deeply strong card is Bullseye. I mean, that's definitely not true. If they're looking to mess with activate cards, double procs, whether it's a nerf or a buff. Taxi, what? Why are you whining? Taxi, why are you whining? Whiners. Ow. Ow. Okay. No, Taxi, go lay down. Go in the sun. Go in the sun. I mean, if you want to come up, that's fine, but... You can come up, that's fine. Good boy. Hey, Pulse, what's up? What's going on, Pulse? It's late for you, isn't it? Is there a world second dinner causes activates to require activation before turn 6? No. Nope. No, that won't happen. Oh, we're 10 hours apart. Got it. I thought we were 12 hours apart. Let's see. I'm trying to think of which of the activates causes too much of a problem or not enough of a problem. Terrence, 100%. Scarlet, no. Scarlet Spider. I get what you're saying, but... Buff Agatha to not steal boosters since she's a real card now. Yeah, granted, I agree with that, but... No, the last thing you want is buffing Black Widow. You do not want to buff Black Widow because of Jocasta coming out. I think... I think they make King E3 a 1/3. They buff him. I think they try to push the Hammer Bros, the Thanos stacks, the Arishams, because they're good for not necessarily the health of the meta, but they're good for introducing deck diversity, and we're in a very healthy meta right now. So I think by making King E3 a 1/3, that's all upside on a card that doesn't get a lot of play. I like that. I say King E3 goes to 1/3. That's where I think the activate one goes. Maybe a quick peek at the gauntlet stats would help again. Maybe. Let me pull up. Did it not save my ordering and preferences? Wait, what the hell? Oh wait, there. There. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me switch accounts. And then make a copy with a switched account so I can mess with it and not ruin my base on any of this. Right? Got it. Okay. All right. So I don't understand why it's being so finicky, but all right. Archetype wise, this is what I said on the tournament, that discard was the winningest archetype. You know, 8 people brought it in, it averaged an almost 80% win rate. There's one that technically went higher, but it's because like one person brought in Hela and did okay with it, and they went 5-1. War Machine's really good. Cerebro 5 did very well overall. I mean, right now it's really just keep an eye on Victoria Hand more than anything else. What about... I did card stats. In the most deck, do a minimum of appearing in at least 5 decks. Corvus, Hulkling. This is the win percentage. IP is an interesting conversation. Are we at the point where Negasonic should be a 3-2? I didn't think so. Yeah, no. Yeah, give C2 more tools. I just got so hungry and so sleepy out of nowhere. Wow. And I'm drinking coffee. Whoa. Whew. Make Nega a 4 cost? Time for some hot wings to wake you up. All right, you make it happen. I'll order them. Maybe Airwalker, who does okay, but make Airwalker a 3/4. Oh, I know what we could do. Because it makes sense for second dinner. I know what we do. Morgan Le Fay to 4/8. Now, the reason I say 4/8 is because Morgan Le Fay obviously is a card that everybody wants to be good, but they're so scared of the investment of playing into the card. Yet we did see someone who really truly understood the deck did well with Morgan Le Fay and is like, oh, the deck has potential to be good. So to make it more incentivizing and accessible in that sense and justifiable for a player to finally commit to investing into Morgan Le Fay, I can see them now making her a 4/8. Yeah, Airwalker hits packs in a week and a half, I want to say. Yeah, I think 4/8 Morgan Le Fay makes sense. I think they give her a good buff. I can't believe how much love Doc Ock also got in this one. Morgan 4/8 and still +3? Yes. Hmm. Master Mold to 2/3 for the Bastion Sentinel synergy. I think Master Mold could afford to go to 2/3. I mean, it just makes sense. I think we had that as a take once. Like ways ago. Like ways ago. Oh, yeah. That's a buff. So, Master Mold. Trying to think if there have been any major what we'll call unhealthy problem children. Not just cards you don't like. See, look at this. Where's this coming from? Let me see if I got one of my payments today. If so, I'll get lunch. Nope. Great. Chat, we're pouring. Yes, it's 100% chat's fault. Gorgon buff to avoid nerfing Victoria Hand. No. They can't make Gorgon too strong. Kang, this is an OTA, not a patch. So I don't think Kang gets anything, because Kang is getting whatever they're doing to Kang gets a full rework. So it ain't gonna happen. It's not even worth asking for using a slot. If they buff Cobra, it's actually a problem. I think he's already strong. Let's go to... Wait. All right, here's the bottom of the pile. Hmm. Could that be it? Baron Mordo? A card that never gets played? Like, no one plays Baron Mordo. What if they... With Baron Mordo, what would make him viable? What if they made Baron Mordo a little different? Because right now, it's the top card of your opponent's deck, costs 6 until turn 6. If they went... just costs 7. Immediately. Echo, I don't think it's about costing 2 more. Although I do see what you're trying to do there. Oh, sorry, no, that was models, not Echo. To Baron. I think Mordo gets a whole new effect. Baron Mordo. Make the opponent card cost 6 and your top deck discounted by how much the opponent's card was increased. That could be vicious. And then you hit death and you're screwed. This is a tough one. Because I know he needs a rework, but it has to be within the parameters of an OTA. I'm like meditating in this, like, if it's a 6-cost card right now, just to brick you during the game, how do you take that? Okay. Baron Mordo, 2/3. On reveal. If I could type, it would help. Not reveek. Reveal the top card of your opponent's deck costs 6. Sorry, costs 7 until turn 7. There. So that way, the only way it can be undone is by magic. Start of turn, give the top card of your opponent's deck +1 cost for each card in their hand with a reduced cost. No, I like the 7 and 7. It's like the same idea as when your opponent just bricks a draw. Yeah, I like that. I'll leave that. All right, I need... Let's see. Is there anything that I feel like needs to be nerfed? Yeah, Gore. Gore's going to get nerfed by being buffed. Six, -1, +2. Going to 6, 3, +1. Sorry, no, 6, 4. Yeah. Because if it's 6, -1, and it's getting all the +2s, you're ideally needing this to compete in 12 power, 13 power ideally. So if you're looking for 13 power, that's 7 power-ups to get to 13 power. So the other way would be... That'd actually be a 6/6, technically, that gets +1s. Technically, it's a 6/6. So... At least by doing that... Okay, so the 6/6 actually makes more sense. Because it completely kills it from the negative deck. And for every on reveal getting +1 power... Getting to 6/12 is fine. So now it's in competition with Red Hulk and Galactus First Steps. I like that a lot better. Okay, I like that one. Yeah, he still needs to be viable. Remember, we're not trying to kill the card. We're trying to change the card. There's a big difference. Vision to 5'9"? No. If Hellion's 5'8", so is he. Does Gilgamesh need a buff? He's already gotten a buff and he's good in that deck. Ugh. Nah, they can't make Vision a 4 cost. Put Infinite on the list just so you can plug the merch. I like it. I like it. All right. from 620 to being... I gotta pick and choose on this one. No, he's working. He's not back until almost 1. No, sorry, no, 2 today, Eastern. I'm just debating, does it need, for me to do the effect I want it to do, does it need to be 7 cost? With like some crazy power number, you know? Like, is it better to have this, or is it better to have it be like a 730? Huh. Because here's what you have to remember with Infinite, right? Most of Infinite's play is not about playing Infinite. It's about Dracula. It's about the Ebony Blade. It's about, more often than not, the actual second number on the card. So if you make it a 730, if those didn't exist, that would be great. But those do exist and they're very real. If we did $624, yeah, I think 624 is the magic number. Because it wants incentive to be better, but we have to be careful with which incentive that is. All right, we'll start there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3. So we need potentially 3 more cards, ideally. We're going to bring back the Nicholas Scratch one because I really do think it needs to happen. They just flip-flop him to being a 1/1 that gets +2. Yeah, is a 1/1 that gets +2 power. Yeah. Mad Thinker needs to be... I mean, they just gave him a point of power. I don't think they're going to buff him yet to ongoing, but I do agree with you, models. Also, why is there no... at least just a regular plain-ass... yeah, like something. Evolved Shocker. Let's do... give leftmost card in your hand -2 cost. Agatha Evo. Is it considered a nerf or a buff if we change the boosters policy on Agatha? I'm going to keep the flavor, though, I'm going to do change booster hoarding policy from 100% down to 50%. So 50% of the time, she takes the boosters. I don't think they're going to make that happen. I don't think she as a card is a problem in any way. Just change her booster policy. And then if she becomes a problem, you start working on her power. That's just a simple win. It's not, I mean, I can't even really call it a nerf or a buff. It's just a, like more of a community win. You know what I mean? What else might potentially need a nerf? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you all 10 seconds to think, and then 10 seconds to write, and then I'm going to look up and see the answers, okay? Cards that need to be nerfed in Marvel Snap. Think for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now write it in the chat as fast as possible. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see what you got there. Levithian, thank you so much for the sub, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Cerebro, Kang, Scream, Cerebro, Shang-Chi, Arishem, Bullseye, Firehair, Kang, Dakin, Mordo, Shang's Ass, Mill, Negasonic, Kang, Wiccan, Shang, U.S. Agent, Jane's interaction with Negative. Nah, I don't see that happening. I saw a lot of Cerebro. I mean, I've done the Cerebro one though. I still think Cerebro should be a 3/2 that gives +2. But interesting. Wiccan, yes and no. I can see that.